Hear ye, hear ye. The God of Israel is not dead. Although my body does protest, the Spirit of the Lord is strong and determined, as always and forevermore. Welcome to the first of 12 days of Christmas in the Swamp by Cavetronics Dimensional Art for December 2023. The date of this recording is December 12th, 2023. And my name is Melissa. Over a year ago, I had no idea that I would be making videos this year, and especially of the unique variety that they have become as part of a real-time, real-life response to the greater world. So I have taken things as they come and surfed the waves of changes this year. It has been an odd one for sure, and I think many of you agree. In the spirit of Christmas 2023, we meet in the bog. This will be a 12-part series of short presentations, one each for the 12 days of Christmas, which features AI-generated artwork produced in November of this year with scientist Brian David Prater's formula for over-unity. The animated graphics, however, were downloaded from freebie websites for clip art and stuff like that for developers to use. For the sake of time and to cut down on redundant information, some of this key audible metadata will not be repeated for each day of this 12-part series. Instead, these opening videos will be like the introduction page. This presentation, like all of the videos, will be available at WhoHub Humanitarian Software 208 at YouTube, and they are written and narrated by me, Melissa Renee Cody Prater. I work at Cavetronics R&D Energy with my husband, Brian Prater, to produce media about advanced technology and other vital information. In this series, I will detail more about how my story unfolded and the reasoning for the shift in my videos and narrative from what started out as somewhat of a children's story into an explosive metaphysical and technological disclosure. The agenda for this 12-part series is presented here on the first day of Christmas. This is just a brief overview of the types of slide content you will see throughout or in sections as chapters. We will move from the mild to the moderate and deeper into the swampy discussion on my theory about death cults and the structure of soul migration process and belief. The introduction for this 12-part series is presented here in this video only, on the first day of Christmas. The artwork in this series focuses on a traditional Christmas carol and related ideas, and it blends political and religious beliefs such as the theme Christmas in the Swamp. The artwork you see here is presented on the introduction slide as a primary focus point of contact, so to speak, or a point of symbolic entry, as I will explain later in this series. This piece was among the best among the samples of the AI art software generated for a nativity scene combined with Brian Prater's formula for over-unity. This is the last time you'll see the desert, because we're headed to the swamp. So grab a torch and bring it with you. This series presents a traditional Christmas carol titled The 12 Days of Christmas, which was originally published in 1780, and the current version we are familiar with comes from a variation 129 years later in 1909, according to Wikipedia. I felt inspired from different angles to use this song as a symbol to focus on for the spirit of Christmas 2023. This popular Christmas carol focuses on birds and people in action. In this series, for each of the 12 days of Christmas, we will start with song, and the sheet music is provided here, bottom right, for the first time and only time in this series. The artwork you see on these slides are a custom combination of transparent graphics overlaid to create a storyboard format that has its own style and signature. Less than a year ago, I was prompted to start creating videos with narration to describe the Over Unity artwork so that people could help enrich their understanding of the subject, including its mathematical properties, and to show the energetic flow of the cosmos. So I would like to point out that before this year, I only used Microsoft PowerPoint for formalized business communications or academic assignments. Therefore, a keen observer may note a steady and fluid artistic shift in the visual presentation of that information throughout the year. There are many reasons for that, of which I will explain some details throughout the series, and one clue is already notated here in the lower left-hand corner in relation to a storybook series about Lily, the water lily, of which flower represents resurrection, or you could call it ascension or rebirth, which are all related ideas in the belief construct that this series focuses on. For the record, I will not sing the entire song, but I will sing a few lines here and there to keep everyone on the same sheet of music, and to teach the bots a good lesson about who they are dealing with. Chin up, warriors. Break out your hymnals and join the choir in song. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. For those of you who watched the Thanksgiving After Dark video, you may remember the slide wherein I mentioned about dreaming of a tropical island holiday vacation. Well, I didn't exactly mention it, but it was at the bottom of the slide. Well, this slide's artwork scenery isn't what I had in mind as most optimal, but here we are. So I strung up Christmas lights for the occasion instead. For the people wondering if these videos and current events were pre-planned, I want to say that my actions and involvement is being done in real time, at least for me, as in my real time. Also, the information from Cavetronics Dimensional Art, such as the artwork, scripts, and published videos that I am delivering, are being compiled and produced by me in real time without any pre-planning that I am consciously aware of otherwise. I do get guidance from the Holy Spirit as well as online media news sources, some of which I do address in these cultivated messages. From a metaphysical perspective, it makes sense that we begin bogged down in the murkiness to introduce the light in the darkest places, to help describe the process of ascension, which can get a bit dirty and downright filthy via death cults. Yet I would imagine that most people's minds these days have seen enough of the ugliness in this world. Therefore, the swampy Christmas theme is dressed up as nicely as possible under the circumstances and for the special occasion. Day 1 of the Swamp Lily News presents Awaken with JP, who pointed out this list showing how to destroy the USA. He didn't write it. The first step in the destruction of society is to destroy art. The post by Tim Kennedy MMA states the first step is to make art ugly. The second is to make porn free, then make God a joke, and from there make food poison, make dads optional, make politicians rich, make money worthless, make news into entertainment only, and make the new generations hate their own ancestors. But it all starts by making art ugly, which I simply cannot do. In this construct, I keep getting told that things get better with time, but it is difficult for me to see it unless I compare today with the Dark Ages, for example. But when I look back far enough in history, I see that even the ancient Minoans had working indoor plumbing and flushing toilets. The ancient Egyptians had versions of the fluorescent light bulb. Ancient Babylonians had a crystal recording device. And the ancient Greeks had the first known computer used for navigation at sea, complete with star chart calculating abilities. Yet in this boggy construct, you gotta watch out for the quicksand. People sink fast in quicksand. Therefore, quicksand equals death. And in my advice, as we move through these conscious waters together, is to think fast or you may sink fast. Too many non-thinking people get stuck in the muck due to their lack of participation in thought and action. From there, the muck becomes like a mind virus, which then enters the heart and tears up a person from the inside out and then spreads to other people. Takes all your hopes, interests, and your overall psychic being, takes it all down. Another prime example is how people are suicidal because they got stuck in the mud, because other people not participating to help pull people out of the muck. Says Brian Prater of Cavetronics R&D Energy Labs. And I want to add that what I was trying to say about all the past civilizations that had various high levels of culture and sophistication and technology, we keep going back down in the muck every time, but this time, God willing, that's not what's going to happen. We're going forward this time. We're going to help each other, pull each other out of the muck, come hell or high water. Now, we don't all have to agree. We don't all have to even get along at all. But the people who want to be pulled out of the muck, there should be somebody else pulling that person out of the muck. Why are you stuck trying to pull people out of the muck who don't want to be pulled out of the muck when there are people like me and my husband who want to be pulled out of the muck and you won't? Now that's why we go back in time. And that's on you, not us. I want to tell you my account of how Cavetronics Dimensional Art unfolded since late last year in December of 2022. My YouTube results are very limited, and it seems that YouTube chooses what they want me to see and then even limits how many videos it will show me, so that I don't even see all the new videos from my own subscriptions, of which I have hundreds. So, in that framework of communications that I'm allowed to receive, YouTube presented a barrage of new videos about publicly available AI software. As a naturally talented artist, I was immediately attracted to the potential of using AI for art. It was not my first experience using AI, but it was the first time that I used AI to generate art of any kind. I didn't know what to expect, and my initial results were less than impressive. One of our extended team members called it 80s artwork, and I just couldn't have that. After a few weeks to a month of working with the program, my husband suggested that I incorporate his formula for over Unity, which I did. By producing images programmed to see the most basic mathematical models using simply color. And then I began to add various other mediums, such as specific crystals, which each have unique structures, colors, and luminescent properties, which do appear in the resulting art. After I was able to distinguish the mathematical characteristics of movement, I added in more difficult concepts like flowers and architecture. Within a short period of about 3 months, the AI software was upgraded once or twice even, and I can't help but think that maybe our work at Cavetronics and Who contributed to Midjourney's AI art app upgrades. I can't prove it. But the story doesn't end there. At the same time I was generating the artwork, there were many other things happening in my world. And I will continue this story as this series goes on. We have reached the end of the first of 12 days of Christmas in the swamp. The art may seem a bit dreary, but things will get better with time. That's what people tell me all the time. Join me for the second of 12 Days of Christmas in the Swamp by Cavetronics Dimensional Art. Thank you for watching and have a great day. See you next time. Bye for now.